guest. It is the last senior to be interviewed for the Girard Indians volleyball team, uh, Maddie Malito. Maddie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Like we said, last senior to be interviewed, but last but not least, that is for sure. What's it been like being a senior with this great group of girls that you have, and trying to take in senior year with a great senior class?
It's been really fun. It's definitely been hard, like getting through all your last, but we have such a good team. So it's really exciting, and we're hoping to make it far in playoffs. So we're just trying to enjoy every moment.
You're still on that playoff run, district
Yes.
semifinal winners last night. We weren't able to be there, but you got to take us through the emotions because we've seen these set scores 27, 25, 28, 26 in the first two. What was it like to just be with this team and get through those two tough sets and then win that match in three and obviously punch a ticket to the championship?
Yeah, we sometimes have a hard time starting off, but once we got our momentum going, we played really well, and Coach Phil was really proud of us. So it was really exciting.
I mean, is there a different intensity for, especially for your seniors in practice and in these games, knowing that like if you don't go out and execute, that's it, you're done?
Yeah, we try to not to like take any team lightly because you never know what's gonna happen. And we practiced really hard this week leading up to this game, so it was super exciting.
All right, the whole thing in volleyball is you've earned two more practices, right? You've earned a couple of practices with this team before Saturday.
Yeah.
What is it about a practice in Girard that you think is a little bit unique? What does Phil Walters like to do in a practice to get you guys ready?
Um, well, he always says why change things if they're working. So our practices are pretty similar. Um, every practice is pretty much the same, but then based on what team we're playing, we'll change it up to like um, work on our defense if a certain girl hits a certain place, or where the other team has open spots. Like Coach Phil will scout them, and then we'll work that into our practice. But Coach Phil is so funny. We every practice is fun because he makes us laugh.
Yeah, Coach Walters won our YSN Coach of the Year. We have a lot of
Yeah.
respect for him, and he's one of the most well-respected coaches in the area. What do you think it is about him, from your perspective, that makes him such a good coach, and what have you really connected with him over?
He just knows so much about volleyball, and I always look to him to see like what I need to fix. And he every time we're in a huddle, we could be up by 15 points, and he there's always something our team could work on. He never like tells us, "Oh, you guys did so good, just grab water." It's always like what we can fix, even if we're up. There's always something we could do better on. We're not perfect, and we know that.
All right, so you spend 2 seasons with the coach, get to know him a little bit. What are some of his pet peeves, do you think? Things that, well, you like, if someone does this, it'll get him angry.
Letting the ball hit the floor no matter what without your body on the floor. He always tells us we have to sell our skin. And if we let a ball drop, we run for sure after a game.
All right, so you obviously have a good coaching staff as well with Nicole Luckland on the assistant
Yeah.
side of things. What do you think? I want to talk about her too. What do you think she brings to this staff, and what have you had her help you in throughout your career?
I had her as my JV coach my sophomore year, and I have a lot of respect for her. She's a really good coach, and we love her. Um, when Coach Phil calls a timeout or between games, she's always the first one to say something to us, and like her speeches are very motivating, and we love her.
We've seen a lot of development out of you throughout the years. What have you worked on the most in your volleyball career? You think, what skill set do you think you've tried to really sharpen up the most throughout your career?
Definitely my blocking. Last year I played right side, and I'm only like 5'5" at best. So playing front row and being so short, um, I like that always makes me nervous about my blocking. But Coach Phil says I have a good vertical, so he likes to have me in the front row. So transitioning from right side to middle was a huge change for me. I had never really played middle in club season. I tried it a few times, but I'd never spent a season playing middle, so it was definitely a big transition. But I love my position now, so I'm
What was
happy.
that like when Coach came to you, probably in the summer, and said, "We want you to move to middle"? What kind of things went through your head in that initial conversation?
I thought he was crazy for a second because I was like, I'm 5'5" and I'm gonna be going against such like tall girls. But he always says your height isn't what matters. It's if you have a good vertical and you can transition fast. He actually like throughout the summer, I kind of just switched between all the positions just to work on it. And then when we got to team camp in Sandusky, he had me try he put me in middle, and then once I got my first block, he was like, "See, I knew you could play middle." So,
What was
I've
that feeling
been there ever
like?
since.
What was that feeling like the first block in the middle?
It felt good because I really didn't have any confidence in myself.
Do you feel that confidence rise every time you get a block throughout the season? Like one block, more confidence, one block, more confidence.
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling.
All right. So we have to talk about your family. Obviously, that Malito name rings true throughout the Girard kind of legacy.
Yeah.
Talk about your family a little bit and what makes them special to you, and what do you think makes your family a little bit unique from other families?
Um, so I have 2 older brothers, and they both went D1 in sports, so I definitely had big shoes to fill with my last name, and, I don't know, they just really motivate me, and they're so supportive. Like they'll text me before every game and text me after every game. They'll watch on YSN, and they really do motivate me.
How competitive do you guys get as a family?
I was so competitive. We're all big in sports, so everything we do is a competition in our house.
What do you think is like the most, like the thing you guys compete in the most? Like, what's the biggest like competition in the family?
Hmm. Oh God, I don't know. Probably like we have a basketball court in our backyard, and, like, we'll have, like, tournaments on in, like, who can win, and I'm terrible at basketball, so I, like, am always like, I'll be the referee, I can't play," but, my brothers get so competitive in everything they do, so it's pretty funny, like and my sister is really good at basketball, so
Have you ever
it's
tried to
good.
get your brothers to play volleyball?
I have, but, they just don't understand the fundamentals, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Do you think if because
They
boys volleyball is starting this year, do you think if the boys volleyball was in like Girard back when they were in high school, do you think they would play it in the spring?
Oh, 100%. They loved being multi-sport athletes and, like, would play everything. Um, Dominic would play football and golf in the same season just because he liked it so much and couldn't choose, so, definitely they would try it.
Give them both a position on like if you were running a volleyball team, what positions do you think you would put them in?
I would put Nick in middle because he's tall and big, and I would put Dominic outside because he's very strong. I feel like he would be a good hitter.
That's fantastic. We talked a little bit earlier about like the senior year and going through all your last. How have you handled those emotions of senior night and your last home game and things like that?
Um, it's been really sad um but I've just tried to be grateful for all the opportunities I've had, and our team's, like, doing so well, I feel like I can't be that upset about it, like, I'm having the best senior year I could have.
What were some of your favorite memories so far this year? It's not over yet, so we can't say you don't have more memories to get. But what so far? What have been some of your favorite memories about your senior season?
Um, our game against Hoban was so exciting. No one really thought, like, we would pull through with the win, and when we did, it was just, like, so rewarding.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I apologize, but who are you gonna miss the most? Who are you gonna miss the most when you graduate from this program?
That's such a hard
I
question.
know.
Oh god. I'm gonna miss everyone, especially the seniors, um, but the underclassmen too, like Nico and Bailey, I'm gonna miss them so much too, like, we're just so close with them.
I'll make it a little bit easier. So, like in your 4 years, whether you could pick a senior or maybe you've gotten to know an underclassman, who have you gotten to know the most in the 4 years of volleyball that you've been with this team?
Um, Definitely Ezra Dede, she's one of my best friends in volleyball and outside of volleyball, so we're definitely super close.
All right, we got to talk about your future goals. Obviously, you have still a ways to go before you graduate high school, but what are some things that you want to see yourself doing after high school? as a career, as a job path?
Um, I'm looking to go into the pre-med, field and then hopefully go to medical school.
Do you have a college picked out yet, or even like a general idea of where you want to go?
Um, I don't know yet. I'm still working on that. I'm filling out all my college applications right now and trying to decide, but, um, maybe Kent State with my brother.
What's on your like college wish list of things that like, oh, if I really want to go to college here because it has this.
Um, okay, I really like Ohio State. It's pretty hard to get into, but, um, I like the idea of, like, going to the football games and everything, like, that's just so fun, and, I like Kent because my brother's there and I'm familiar with it, um, and they have are good schools, so.
All right, so gonna get some rapid fire questions, get to know you a little bit off the court, and then we will let you go. First one is, what is the best birthday present you think you've ever received in your life?
Oh, probably my mom for my 13th birthday, from my mom and dad, they got me a bracelet with, it's like a little charm bracelet, and it had the number 13 on it, and it was so special to me, like, I still wear it to this day
So you
because it
still
was
just
meaningful.
have a random number 13.
Yeah.
Was that your favorite birthday? 13, or do you have another one that kind of ranks as your
Um,
favorite?
13 and 16 probably because my family had a big party. Me and my cousin, she's, older than me, but we have the same birthday, so we always celebrate it together.
What about the best gift you've ever given someone else?
Ooh. I try to put a lot of meaning into
Mhm.
my gifts I give, but one time Ezra, I got her, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there are these like little cameras and you can like look into them and when you click it, it like slides through pictures.
Oh yeah,
So I got her one of those with the pictures in it of us.
that's an old school toy. Like I grew up with the your little slideshows.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What about like we're talking about gifts, and senior night comes with gifts. What were the senior night gifts this year that the underclassmen got you guys?
They did so good. I didn't mention Bree earlier when I said the underclassmen. I've been thinking about that. But Bree, Bailey, and Nico, they were so good to us, but got us Nike hoodies and like they got each of us our favorite color and our favorite candies and um one of my favorite things they got us were blankets because ever since we've brought them to like every away game because it's always so cold on the bus on the way home. So all of us seniors have like our big blankets we're cuddled up in.
All right, it's spooky season, so I'm gonna ask, what's your favorite part about the whole fall season? Is it the pumpkin spice stuff? Is
I
it the
do like
scary movies? Is
I
it what
enjoy
is it?
pumpkin spice, yes.
You
I'm not
do?
a big Halloween person. I haven't even watched a scary movie this year, but maybe I'll do that this weekend.
All right. Before we let you go, I want to give you a chance to shout out your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout the years.
I'd like to thank my family. They are so supportive to me, and I am very grateful for them. My mom, my dad, and all my siblings, and my cousins and my grandparents and aunts and uncles try to make it to every game they can. So that's very kind of them. Our student section is so great. I don't know, like, if you notice when you go to a game, but we always have, as many students as we can at every game, like, even Gilmore, all the students traveled there, and it was really exciting and nice for them to support us, so definitely the whole student section, and 3 of my best friends who don't play volleyball, Megan Durkin, Marie Ragazzino, and Sophia Littell are always there to support us too, so I'm grateful for everyone.
Yeah, well, I was at the Fitch game, and that was one of the best volleyball atmospheres I'd seen out of a high school match because they both brought really great student sections, and they were both going at it. So yes, we are fully aware of the student section support that you guys get. It is
Yes,
incredible.
it's awesome.
Maddie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and giving us a little insight into your senior year. We wish you the best of luck in this district championship coming up on Saturday, and we hope to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
You got it.